Wake up, it's that time again. The sun's not here, but we're on again. Grab your coffee, grab your crystals and gather round. It's not lunch, it's not breakfast, it's the time we found. For brunch, well maybe we're busy. For brunch, maybe we're lazy. For brunch, well maybe it's conquest. For brunch, or be your request. But brunch is the time that we make for each of us, where we ask Egnards dumb stuff, because brunch will always be the special time for Egnards and for me.
Hello, welcome to brunch. Happy Sunday. I don't know what to say. There's not much going on in the game. It is Territory War Day, which means that I'm mostly ignoring it. Unfortunately, it is not a cupcake war, which is sad. So TW Hero does not make an appearance today. I have done a few battles, but it seems that both guilds are stuck on the front wall. We're just kind of throwing shit at the wall until one of us breaks that wall, and we'll see what happens. And I honestly don't care that much because we have an 80% TW win rate just from shitty matchmaking. Good morning to everybody. John, hola, ¿cómo estás? That's about the only Spanish that I know, but we talked about that last week and why my Spanish literacy is fucking terrible. M3, I'm happy to see you are now in your fleet shard, which is beautiful. Good morning to everybody else that is here so far. Welcome to Sunday. It is one of the last weeks where I still have school, right? So I do have to go to work tomorrow, but otherwise, I think it's 2 weeks left. Morning, Tassanex. I'll see you tonight at some point. Oh, man. I cannot wait until GAC off week. Oh, fuck. Fuck me running. I am excited, though, because my wife and I have wanted to put in a patio for a while, and those of you who are on Discord have probably followed all of the fucking terrible things that have happened around my house that we've had to spend money on instead. And they are finally starting work on that patio tomorrow, Wednesday. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. So I'm super, super pumped. I bought myself a grill this weekend. It's coming next Saturday. I cannot wait to throw burgers on the grill. 3 years into being a homeowner, and this is the first time that I get to do that. So I'm super excited. Shadow, shout out, man. What's up, buddy? C squared, good morning. You and I, we have to get back together because we need to bring back the dream team, you, me, and Moonborn, to come up with the outro song for the streams, for brunch streams. I've been thinking about that lately. I was talking to Moonborn yesterday, and I realized we never did that. And I really do want to be able to end these streams not so abruptly. Bodhi, I'm going to ask you to go fuck yourself. I saw that today was like 6-7 day or whatever, and I was going to put it in the show notes. That first person to mention 6-7 can go fuck themselves. And I honestly did not expect it from you. I really thought that it would come from somebody else. I thought that like Big Boat would come in and yell 6-7, or Shadow would come in and yell 6-7. I did not expect it from Bodhi, one of the people that I respect the most in this community as being intelligent, coming in here with this Gen A bullshit meme. Fuck that shit. Oh, man. I don't have anything else for the segment. You guys are killing me. What is going on? I saw a movie yesterday. What did we see? We saw, the music movie with Paul Rudd and the Jonas Brother. I don't know. I don't even remember the Power Ballad. It was pretty good. I think it was actually a little too short, and it didn't explain itself well enough, and it needed like 15 more minutes. But I did enjoy the movie. It gave me a nice chuckle. Why is it 67-year-old day? I don't know, Xander. I'm not getting into it with you today. All I know. I didn't. Did you notice M3 man? I saw that auto mod right away while I was still setting up the stream, and I fixed that for you. Automod usually does not block people because I allow pretty much everything, and I have a bunch of random ass people as Twitter mods, not Twitter, Twitch mods, literally just to allow everything to come through. Because the only thing that we really need to stop is bot spam. I don't stop. I don't watch basketball. I'm a one sport kind of guy. I'm waiting for football season. I know that everybody's pumped about the Knicks. Around here, people are pumped about the Knicks. People will not shut up about the Knicks around this area. So I'm aware of the situation and what's going on. And yes, if you are in New York City anytime soon, you are fucked, because for some reason, when it comes to sports, what do people do? They destroy their own goddamn town when their team wins, right? It's like, oh, we won. Let's fucking destroy everything and show people why our city sucks. My wife was actually in Philly, I think it was, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl like 5 or 6 years ago. This is before we started watching football. I was at a Super Bowl party for a friend of mine. She was working for the Red Cross, and she was on a business trip for some reason. I don't remember why they had her in Philly. She might have had to have gone to the home office, and it was the night of the Super Bowl, and she was saying that like it was fucking nuts in Philly. Like she was scared for her life. I mean, it's not funny. It's funny because she's alive. And that nothing happened. But she was saying that the streets were insane when Philly won the year that she was down there. In, I don't remember the year. It was either 2020, 2021, somewhere around there. Maybe it was 2019. Might have been. I don't know. But I remember her. Her texting me while I was pretending to watch the game. All right. I don't know. Does anyone have any early topics before we pop in and we shrink my head and we go into the actual game and see what's going on? Because there's not much going on, and it is probably going to be a mostly roster reviews day. Snorlax and I got through all of my roster reviews last week, and then like 800 people all wanted new roster reviews this week. So we have just a metric fuck ton of them. Oh man. Finals are coming up for some of you young ones. You fucking young ass whippersnappers and your finals. I wish. Man, if I know that I'm just that old ass motherfucker right now who's getting their stream demonetized by cursing too much. And I didn't listen to anybody older than me when I was in high school and college, but goddamn, I wish I did. Like, holy shit, do I wish I listened to, like, just really appreciate that time. Wampa, Phil R10 Wampa. Here's the thing about Phil and R10 Wampa. I've stopped talking about it because Phil thrives on our pain. Phil likes the attention. Phil loves the fact that he does not have Wampa, and we and that we get all angry about it. He loves it. I don't know why. I don't understand why. I don't get it. But he loves it. And so I've just stopped. And now when he messages me and I ask him about things, he'll bring up R10 Wampa. He'll be like, oh, I'm not going to do Wampa. They're like, I don't care, man. I literally don't care. So we just have to, like, stop talking about it. We have to stop giving him the attention that he thinks that he deserves. M3, no, I don't. I don't listen to anybody at all. Speaking of which, how is the gain on my mic? I heard some things last week. I upped the gain on it, and I'm hoping that I'm not too terribly loud and it's not, like, cutting out. I've been trying to play with it and fix things a little bit because I know that things can cut out as I start to move a little further away. So I'm toying with that a little bit. Ready for conquest. 2 full weeks with it this time, so you can get yourself a Cobb Vanth, or at least the beginning of a Cobb Vanth. I'm never excited for conquest. It's not nice. I never like when my wife is away when she's on business, but it's nice that she's going to Atlanta for work tomorrow, and that means that the start of Hell Week is not going to be as hectic, because when I get home, she's not home. I'm not cooking with her. I'm not watching TV with her. I'm just going to sit down and do my fucking conquest all night and get it out of the way. So it's going to be a less stressful week than it normally is. Okay. Let's pop in. Let's see what's going on, right? We're here. We've got the game. We send Phil to the Coventry. Fucking Phil. This is the last conquest for Cobb, Yeth. And then we get Yeth. I said Yeth with a TH. And then we get Cobb, and Cobb doesn't really even make much sense, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. I mean, I'm gonna bring him up to Relic 7. Because Relic 7 is my floor now for any new characters. The only reason I don't bring these characters up higher is because I figure that those R6 Lightspeed tokens that I get from Journey characters, those are just going to be used to randomly bring characters up, right? So we get 5 more for Rada the Hutt, and 5 more characters who are down here are just going to be brought up to Relic 6. I don't see a reason in bringing those characters up in any other way. But any new character, R7 is my new basement. It's just the way that it is. It's how the game is. It's how the game is running right now. It's kind of what they want. And I am really thankful, especially going into Cobb Vanth, about this lovely feature right here that I have been championing for so damn long. I have been begging Meathead for this. I thought it would just be like a slider bar. This works perfectly. I love the way that it looks. I love how it is, and I am excited to finally get to use it for more than 2 relic levels. What I do wish is that if you had a Gear 1... oh, fuck, I have to make a post about that. If you have a Gear 1 character, I wish I could just click on this and it would say, here's all the gear you need to take the character to G13. Do you want to continue? Boom. Yes. Done. Oh, fuck. That would be beautiful. That would be the most fucking beautiful thing in the world. Stop making me hit the gear buttons, right? Because when you hit the gear buttons, you have to hit the gear button, then you have to hit accept. And you have to hit the gear button and you have to hit accept. And you have to hit the fucking gear button and you have to hit accept. Let me just hit that relic button. Hey, take this character to G13. Are you sure you want to use all this rare material? Boom. Yes, done. Beautiful. Love it. You missed the first round of Cobb. Yeah, Daniel, man, you're going to get it. You're going to get it in the 6-month time frame. I think you're going to be okay. Just get him from the next conquest as you get those red crates again. Don't worry about him so much. Players are really excited about Cobb just because they like the character, right? But in terms of kit, he just looks like what's going on? First world problems, still clicking buttons. Listen, you little fucks. Here's the deal. Everything we do here is a first world problem. The fact that you are on Twitch or YouTube listening to some white jackass from northern New Jersey talk about a video game is a first world problem right there, right? I think about this all the time. I was driving yesterday with my wife. My car just hit 111,000 miles. It's my second car. My first car I got rid of around like 160,000 miles. I think about how I've driven almost 300,000 miles in my life and how my ancestors probably traveled 50 miles in their whole fucking lifetime. And how I sit here drinking beer all day, talking about a video game. I am very, very, very well aware of the fact that everything I talk about is a first world problem. literally everything that is discussed on any one of my streams is not an actual world problem. Every single problem that you guys talk about in this game is a first world problem. So just fucking jump off my dick and allow me to talk about my quality of life. I love quality of life in these games. I love shoring up things. I like tightening up things. I like thinking about, like, hey, how can we make this better? That's what this is all about, right? How can we make this more interesting? Good morning to everybody else stopping in as I'm talking about jumping off my dick. But how is everybody doing? Listen, you know what grinds my gears, Xander? One last exam, and I am free fuck, and I have only 11 blue signal data left for getting Leia. Leia is a game changer. Yes, I do. Yes, I am very sure that I want you all off my dick about my quality of life changes. Let's see what's going on in TW. Has the wall broken on either side? Okay, it looks like both walls have broken. We both kind of just threw shit at the wall. I'm sure that mine didn't get any holds because mine never get any holds. Where's my Leia? Leia. Oh, I got 7 fucking holds. Look at this shit. Oh my god, I love that. Good job, me. Good job, Leia. All right. What is our next wall? This should be a pain in the ass to fight. We are technically winning. Great Mothers. Third Sister. I guess I should tag people and let them know that that wall is open. TW. At Gungalorians. All right. What do we use to fight these things so I can actually help my guild out with these specific datacrons going on? This guild is a little lower than us, but they are definitely more TW involved than we are. How can I beat this shit? Because I don't pay attention at all. Tell him the wall is open. Who should you put as the 4th and 5th for Leia? The 4th and 5th slot for Leia are modular. It really depends on what you're using. If you are putting them on defense, C-Rex and Old Ben works. Han Solo and Chewie works. If you are on offense, you usually want Radis and Jin to kind of exploit the way that works. Radis and Jin doesn't really work on defense because it's relying on the AI being fucking dumb, and players are not normally dumb enough to allow that to work. So it's not really a defensive team with those extra two. Can Quad May still take out this in TW if there's no Omicrons? Because there's no Omicrons on either side. Yeah, Adred and Jin on defense isn't doing jack shit, unless you were going to lose anyway. Let's see. Seabane. Fuck you. Will Seabane work? I'll do it. I don't care. I literally do not interact with TW. The fact that I have to interact with TW today is annoying the hell out of me. The fact that it is not a cupcake war and that I actually have to put in effort does not spark joy to me. Okay. Nobody wants to help me out? That's the thing, man. GI Cron is sick. Like, GI Cron is tough. Like, GI Cron, I would say, oh, Phoenix, but GI Cron is a tough thing. Immune to fear and stun. Whenever an ally or enemy is defeated, Inquisitors gain defense. Bit Dynasty's guild got full clear. That's interesting, because I don't think, unless Bit Dynasty changed guilds recently, I don't think he was in like a heavy TW guild. Yeah, Adis, where are our TW officers? Where the fuck is Han and Def to like lead us into this? It's just me, and that's like nobody has anything for me, even against GM. Like, at all? Like, I can come back to this later, but I probably won't. You don't know anything about TW. I'm a fucking 15 million account, and I don't know shit about TW. It's such a deprioritized game mode. SLKR versus, I think I did SLKR versus Hondo already. Oh, that's right. DR lead generally does do that. Even with the TW Omicrons, though, let's find an easier one and let's see what happens. I think I saw one without the Omicrons, they got one Omicron, just to make me look good. Come on, is there one? Okay, let's do this one. Did I get DR Cron? I guess I didn't get DR Cron. Okay. I don't know how to play this battle. I'm on TV tonight. Probably gonna lose this battle because I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Oh, look at that. No, I'm good without Diarchron. I don't need it. I'm fine. Now that you can only, now that you can only get the materials for one conquest, hard choices need to be made. And the hard choice there is that I don't want that. Ooh, finish the character quest. Nice. That's fine. I don't have. I was doing 6 refreshes a day, and I don't have Diarchron. Is it BKM against GM, or is it BKM versus? I mean, honestly, we're probably not getting through. I feel like if we get to the next wall, that like then we win. I don't think that our opponent is going to beat the next wall. Is this a good cron? Never defeated. There's hatred, or until she is defeated. While third sister, she also has counter enchants. So the third sister turn, all Inquisitor allies with taunt. What is the Omicron here? Time on this ability's cooldown is reset. Let's see. I wonder if Phoenix would work here, because it's not a good cron. right? If I do, people normally get rid of, no, not chopper. I need chopper. I think this is what people normally do. I have, she gains backup plan, critical chance, critical damage, attacks at a turn, they recover and gain 5%. All right. Zeb for this cron. My Zeb kind of sucks. No, my Zeb is R2. My Zeb ain't doing shit. I think that this should work still. I think that this should work. And if it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. I don't care. My Zeb is R2. It's not, he ain't doing shit. I need his chopper to do his shit. There we go. Actually, I should really be doing that to chopper. I always do to C-Rex for some reason, but really should be going to chopper. Extra hatred. There we go. If it doesn't work, we blame our TW officers. Exactly. Exactly. That's what we do, Adis. Morning Mangoes. Oh, Shaka. What is up? Shaka doesn't even fucking play this game anymore, but he heard that the Inquisitors were... he heard the Inquisitors were getting spanked, and he was like, oh, I gotta check this out. He was sitting in bed, hanging out, and he just had his Inquisitor sense was tingling, and he was like, oh, fuck, I know somewhere on Twitch somebody's beating up on Inquisitors, and he popped in. Is Riva lead better for TW? Yes, it is in most cases that I'm aware of. Phoenix versus Riva. Yeah, because they were doing like, people were doing like Phoenix at R2 versus Inquisitors who are like R9. How about this? I have a feeling that we're gonna do okay this battle. The morning wood never lies. Let's do there's no Inquisitors there. There's no, yeah, but this is a good cron. What about even with the good cron? I'm gonna try it. Where is it? Doesn't matter. I don't care. Whenever it inflicts, whenever in turn meter, both trying to gain turn meter at the start of encounter. I'm gonna try it with Nihilist lead. Just see what happens. Hey, Micah. Nice, dude. Balin is one of my favorite teams. I love my Balin team so much. I really need to bring them up a little bit higher. They're only R8 for the most part, but they are a special interest team for me. With Datacron, without the Datacron, they put up a lot of work for me. I mean, that sucks, but... wonder if we can still win this. Even if we don't, we got rid of all the hardest stuff here. Come on. Come on, we can do it. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that sucks. Okay, we're gonna just play that in auto. No, I mean, listen, with Treya lead, it might have worked better. But with the Kron, I figured, let me just try it. I think we're still gonna win. I think because they've lost all their healing, that we're gonna be safe. Just gonna be slow going. Means I have to bring my Nihilist to Relic 10. I think Nihilist has to go to Relic 10. Da, 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 da. 17 banners. Look, I'm doing okay. I'm in 31 place, 31st place. Whoever dropped this battle, 10 or bust. That's what this whole thing is gonna be. That it's going to be shit at the wall. Has mine died yet? Mine has not died yet. Your doggo sent me a message. Let's see. Oh, dude, your dog is it's like the Target dog, just without the eye thing. For the kids who remember the Target dog. Ooh. Thrawn, why don't you just post this shit here? See FTC, even Losa, Baze as 5th. Even squad eventually fall over. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna just try some things. My guild sucks at TW, but that's okay. We have cultivated a culture where we hate TW. That is the culture of my guild, is TW sucks. Oh, my Embo is only Relic 5? God damn. TW mostly does stop existing, and it's nice that like we don't really have to do much in most TWs. 80% of the time it's a fucking cupcake war. Okay, well. Thrawn, you lied to me. I will Sin fit. Sin is probably throwing a fucking fit right now. Like, when I do recruiting, people ask me, they're like, do I have to do TW? That's how much people hate TW, is I often get asked if it is going to be something that they have to deal with. Okay. Don't think that this is going as planned. It's okay, though. I'm gonna auto basic to 100%. Maybe we'll get a kill. We're at 100. We're going to take out the Reeve Master Flex, and we're just going to throw it on auto. How can they upgrade just to... or will the upgrade to the rewards be enough? I mean, probably. When they first upgraded TW, it was really the only way to get Relic 9 material, so people did interact with it. But as the game progressed, we kind of realized that Relic 9 was not as needed as people wanted. So people stopped caring because the game mode is not interesting, and it is tough to contend with. With Relic Delta, they've kind of changed how relicking works, and the fact that, yes, you do need high relics. So when it comes down to it, like, yeah, I think that if they do a refresh of it, that people will interact with it a lot more heavily. What I need to do is I'm going to need to kill 7th so that their turns slow down, so I can get to my basic a little bit more. This is mostly a time thing at this point. Yes, you sent me a jib. You sent me peanut butter? Yeah, maybe we'll get to 3 down. We're gonna try to get to 100, and I think we'll take out GI actually, just to make our lives easier. I feel like 7th will die on her own. Yep, 7th dies on her own. Let's take out this GI. What I think, look, the reality with TW, and I've said this before, I've said this a million times before, the problem with TW is that TW is an on-call game mode. Every other game mode in this game, you are able to do things on your own time. You do not have to wait for other people. You can kind of get things done when you are ready to get those things done. TW does not allow you to do that. TW forces you to wait behind your guild, which means you're basically on call constantly to do things. And it's really, really frustrating because if you're only available for 2 hours a day, and those 2 hours fit within a very finite window, then players are wondering, like, you know, how can I contribute to my TW more meaningfully? And the reality is that a lot of the times they cannot. And that is a huge, huge, huge problem. So the game mode fundamentally just, it needs to evolve to where players can do shit on their own. And if players were able to do shit on their own, we would not have as many problems. What else? Squad eventually fall over. All right, let's try. Cassian, Rebel Fighters. Don't have the TW Omicrons. I was told to put in Baze as a pre-taunt here, but I'm not going to listen to that. I should listen to it. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm going to just see what happens. That should fuck happened. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? The whole fucking team just exploded. What the fuck? They just fucking blew up. Oh my god. Oh my god. What even the fuck? They all took like one turn and then just died. They just fucking died. Oh my god. I don't even know what. Oh my god, what does this FTC even do? I don't even read them. I was just like Cassian, sure. Ally gains turn meter. They deal bonus true damage equal to 20% of their max health to undermined enemies. Oh, beautiful. Oh my god, that's beautiful. I love that. That is fucking gold, is what it is. It's fucking gold. I don't know how to fucking clip shit. Somebody clip it, I guess. I don't know. Offense, yeah, sure, we'll take that. No, that's shit. Ooh, offense, we'll take that. This is an offense 1, so fine, we'll take that too. Nothing useful there. Oh my god, that was some insane shit. You don't have to get enough speed on Tarkin. What? You have them both at R9. What is my speed on Tarkin? Oh, for the 2-man? I can't even check my speed because I have specific raid mods for that. So I don't even know what the speeds are on my Tarkin. At all. It should be done, right? Yeah, those are done. Didn't do this yet. Okay, are there any more TW characters we can take out? They literally just exploded, Adis. They just exploded. Mine is still up for grabs. I think, right? I have mine here. Where is it? Bombad, Gungalorian, Egnards. I want everyone in my guild to change the name to Bombad Gungalorian. That would be beautiful. It would be beautiful. And I know, I'm an egomaniac. What about C-Bane here? Let's try it. Will it work? No idea. Again, I think it's coming down to this wall. I don't think any other wall is going to make a difference in this TW. You hit hard. Fuck. This might be scarier than I want it to be. God damn, how hard are we hitting? This might not end well. Okay. Well, didn't work. I think that we are done with TW now. I don't think I have anything else to do in TW at this point. I think anything else I do will be detrimental to my guild. So that means that we go into roster reviews because there is nothing else going on in the game right now. My God. So we know what that means. We have the roster review song that needs to play, and then I get to talk for the next 2 to 3 hours telling everybody to do the exact same fucking thing. Should I choose 8 over 9 for Zetas, or no need 9 is better long term? Are you talking about for third sister? Or no? I don't know what you're talking about. Choose 8 over 9? For ninth sister, you mean? I mean, you're not gonna use Ninth Sister as much, especially in the early game. Speaking of which, I want to show you guys something. So I help people out with their accounts a lot, and you know, sometimes I log into those accounts and I help those people out and I do what needs to be done. And this beautiful screenshot I took yesterday. This is an account that I have been helping recently. And this is somebody who is in an extreme Zeta crunch and they cannot possibly get enough Zetas. And they are constantly purchasing Zetas because they need more Zetas. And I want you to look at this screenshot and I want you to explain to me what is wrong with this picture of a player who is about 13 million GP, who is in a Zeta crunch, who has characters at like gear 1 because of this Zeta crunch. and they have 1 million fleet tokens. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? Oh my god. Yeah, that's, and by the way, by 1.04 M, right? Like, this is, we're not talking about Europe, where that would be like K or whatever. We're talking about quite literally million, like actual million. I have made this person, as you can see, I've been forcing him to refresh the fleet node, because it's cheaper than buying. It is cheaper than buying them, right? That is, let's see, is one. About 500 Zeta materials, or 25 Zetas right there. 25 Zetas. That's insane. I don't know, man. I have no idea. I just started helping out, and I just noticed this yesterday. And I've started forcing him to refresh that store because it just makes sense. The cost of those Zetas to refresh the 50s is like... It is insane. I know. It is crazy. So if anybody wants to pay me to maintenance their account for them and do little things, yes, I will make fun of you on stream. I won't say the account name, but I will make fun of you on stream when I see ridiculous things, just like you saw with the Vance videos and being like, what the fuck is Vance doing with his account? But there are 25 Zetas just sitting there. And if you think about how long it'll take us to actually burn those Zetas, he will get more Zetas in that time as well. Like, this number is not going down anytime soon. I literally, there is no way for me to get that number down in a reasonable time frame without making those Zetas cost too much from the refreshes. So it's going to be a while. I get your conquest. In the summer, I'm actually considering doing conquest help for people because conquest help takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. Is this Phil's account? It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. So it's only something I can do in the summer. But I am considering offering that to people who, you know, just are that disengaged with conquest. And I'll just take my time and energy to do it. Which team are you using for the Younghan and Vander and Chewy? Younghan, Vander, Chewy. That's TB? Is that Younghan? What node is that? Younghan, Vander, Chewy. Is that in day 4? Oh, I can look on Discord actually because we have the library. Let's see. Discord. Oh, I don't do the Vandor SM yet. I've had bigger priorities, so I haven't been doing that. Our priority is very strongly the combat missions in those days, and with raid prep, I just can't afford to bring up a bunch of stupid characters right now. But it is on my agenda to get that SM in the nearer term. Maybe they will add Kyber to LST. Listen, I'm actually concerned that they are going to add something for Zetas in the future. So even though I have every Zeta in the game, I still buy Zetas. I see nothing else here that's worth it for me. I have a feeling that Zetas are going to be in the scavenger for like some new ability material. And I want to make sure that I have a surplus of these. So I still buy Zetas. Okay. It is time. We've got to do reviews. Kaz is already trying to help me. Yeah, Kaz is a great resource for Conquest. Like, he truly is a great resource. He and I do not see eye to eye on a lot of Conquest stuff. We go back and forth, but he is a really smart Conquest individual. All right, we got to get into reviews, right? We got a lot to do today. I want to try to burn these down as much as possible. So let us pop into our segments, and let's see if we have the right one running right now.
Roster reviews. Egnards is having a break and taking a roster reviews. Talking to me that what pack sex should sell to you. Ooh, to you. To you.
There we go. Hey, Allie. Xander is our resident moron. He likes to troll me. His entire persona is trolling me. That is all that he does, is troll me in everything that he can possibly do. Xander knows. He's just being a dumbass. But honestly, I might just stop releasing Conquest guides altogether. Conquest, when it first came out, when everybody was trying to figure out, I felt like it was worth it to put together Conquest guides. Over the last like 3 cycles, I have just found Conquest to be more and more about you needing very specific things and less about having to figure out specific puzzles. So it takes so much time and so much energy for myself and for Moonborn to put that stuff together. And I just don't feel like it is as helpful as it used to be. So I don't know if I'm going to do one for the one after Cobb Vanth, to be completely honest. We've had last 2. We need something from... Oh, and speaking of which, Allie, we've stopped talking about Phil. We discussed this a little bit earlier in the stream. Phil feeds off of our energy. He loves that we talk about him and his Wampa. He loves it, like, so much. So I've just stopped talking about it. I don't want to give him the time of day anymore. But we do have reviews to do. We do have to get going on them. So let's get that started. Let me make sure I have these things popped up. No, I don't want Discord. I do want this. All right. I am Colin Jost. I got to tell you, Xander, one of my favorite SNL bits is when Sarah Sherman goes on to Weekend Update and trolls Colin Jost. I love the bit where she makes headlines that say like really racist or like sexist things about him, and how he is harassing her. It is truly one of my favorite bits, and I'm glad they don't overuse it, but I wish that they would use it just a little bit more often. Should you put your account for a roster review again? It happened 1 or 2 months ago. I honestly think that, you know, some people choose to ask about roster reviews too often. And I'm just going to tell them the same thing. I think that it makes the most sense for people to ask about roster reviews after they are like 80 to 90% through the things that I've asked them to do. That's when it makes the most sense to start thinking about another roster review. Don't be like Snorlax, who gets a roster review every 3 weeks. Though I think he does that because every single time that I give him a review, a new Lightspeed bundle comes out, and he enjoys that. Yeah, so our first review is User, Micah, which, here's the thing about User. Everybody here knows User. He is, I work with him privately. So I talk to User every day, right? And his account is about 13 months, 14 months old. And we got him into the top 100 of Kyber 1. His roster is unreviewable. And he knows that. And I think that he knows that. And we'll throw it up on screen, right? Like he did post something. It's basically relic hygiene, right? Which Snorlax talks about, and like where he feels like the roster should go. And he knows that we have spreadsheets, and those spreadsheets will kind of help us out with building up his roster. So there really isn't much that I can tell User. The only thing that I can really tell User at this, I mean, because look at it, you have a 15.9 million GP account. You have every Zeta in the game. I think it's every Zeta in the game. He's missing 3 Omicrons in the game, which is, I think, 9th Sister, maybe it's 7th Sister, and what's the other one? Scout Trooper, right? So there's 3 things. Is it whiskey? It is not. Sorry, Henry. It is coffee. It's actually cold coffee at this point. Not chilled, not iced, just cold from being sitting there. He has been playing for longer than a year. It's 13, 14 months. There's not that much that I can tell him. Tassanex has been helping him with GAC lately. I passed the torch on GAC help. I have been helping him with relic hygiene at this point. He likes to relic shit. And I warned him that if he put in this roster review, I was going to waste his damn time. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Look at all those R10s. What can I possibly tell this guy? And looking at his bottom of his roster, Relic 5, the shit that's at Relic 5 is irrelevant. Except maybe the Geonosians could go higher from malevolence, but the game doesn't sell you enough ship omegas or enough prestige to be able to max those things out, which can be annoying. So what I'm going to waste my time on here is explaining to User that Gungans fuck. Gungans fuck hardcore. Fungans will fuck you on a bus. Fungans will fuck you on a train. They will fuck you on a boat. They will fuck you with a goat, Scribe. These guys are the best team. They are my favorite team. The fact that your Gungans are only Relic 7 literally pains me. Like more than anything else. You are an account that, because of Phil and his stupid Wampa shit, thought it would be funny to also bring your Wampa to Relic 10. You don't even talk to Phil. The only time you talk to Phil is in the members section, sparingly. And you decided to Relic 10 his flagship character instead of Relic 10ing my flagship characters. I have shown you how hard these characters fuck. My Gungans beat JML half of the time. They beat Treya half of the time. They beat BKM half of the time. My Gungans shut down hard counters to Gungans. And you decided to throw caution to the wind and R10 Wampa, who is literally only relevant because of the Wampacron, and that's going away. Furthermore, You don't even use your Wampacron in GAC anymore. You use it on a different fucking team. Your Wampa is going to waste. Your Gungans will not go to waste. The last month while you've been busy and you were sick and you were on vacation and you had stuff going on and Tassanex and I were workshopping your GAC for you, we used your Gungans. We used your Gungans very successfully. It was a little scary because they're only R7. But like at this point, I think we have already proven to you that the Gungans are great. And I don't give a shit what Tassanex tells you. I don't care if he's telling you to R8 all of your pilots. Like, great, it's good advice. I fully support that advice in principle. I have nothing against Tassanex's advice because it is efficient, it is smart, he is a top-end GAC player. But the Gungans are right fucking there. Like, holy shit. So I am going to use all of my time during this review to tell you to do those Gungans. What else do you have to do? Right? Even if we look at your pilots, which I think fleet commanders, right? No, those are just the commanders. Where are pilots? Crew members. I think it's called crew members, right? Is it something that I can sort by here? No. Can we not sort by crew members on .gg? Fleet Commander, Galactic Empire, Clone, Constable, Attacker. I know Tassanex, but I'm telling you, R10. Can I just not read? I can't read. I guess I can't read. Yeah, but it doesn't say crew members. I know you can do that in game, but it doesn't say it here. You know what I can do, actually? Hold on. We can solve this problem. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This problem. Crew. Is it in this one? Crew members. All right, his crew members. Right? All of his crew members, Relic Amplifier tier. Okay. Even bringing all these guys to 8. Good advice. Very good advice. Right? But even bringing all of these guys to 8, he is so debilitated by the fact that ship Omegas aren't as purchasable, and that Prestige is not as purchasable, that the characters that are R7 right now are not going to give him the same dividends as having Relic 10 Gungans. I implore you, man. I've been putting work into those mods. They're not amazing mods. We're working on getting those mods up there. I'm very particular about my Gungan mods. I'm not just putting ass on them, right? They need to have protection percent on all of their mods. I understand that. We're getting there. We're building them. We're putting them where they need to be eventually. What is this shit-ass mod? You have anything else? Oh, my God. But no protection. Oh, no protect. Oh, beautiful. Boom. New mod. We're getting you there. So with that said, user, the only thing that I'm going to tell you today, other than what Tassanex and I have already been telling you, is Gungans to 10. Do it for me. We have been working together since September of last year. We have put in so much work on this account. Gungans to 10. That's all we need. Gungans to 10, and I'll be happy. Would I consider myself a Gungan? No, I'm not. I'm not a Gungan. I am a Gungan ally. Pop that in. You think your comment got filtered? It's very rare that my comments filter. I don't know if it filtered on. Let's see. On YouTube, it might have on YouTube. I don't know. I don't keep the YouTube up. I just have a few people that like are YouTube mods for whatever random ass reason, and every once in a while they fix things. If you loved me, you would R10 Gungans. That's all I'm asking for. Well, and payment, I guess. But you know, other than money and other than whiskey, other than those things, I am just asking that you R10 your Gungans. That's literally all that I can do at this point. All right. We got to move on. Oh, this is killing me. All these ads are killing me. I spoke to somebody at .gg. I was using Moonborn's Insights account, which had no ads. And they asked me to beta test some features that I won't talk about, but they're amazing. And I had to go back to using my account, which does not have insights, which now I have ads all over the place, and it is cancerous and terrible. But I get it because it is a beautiful website that people need to use more often for the game. We're going to move on from user because there literally is nothing else I can tell him. Right? I can't. User knows that. When user wants a review, I just put it in his Google sheet. That's how user and I and Tassanex work, and we do all of that stuff. Ads are worse than Gungan ass. You know what though? Ads. Here's the deal. Ads are ads. I'm not necessarily against ads in general because, like, if I were not on stream right now, these ads would not bother me at all. Even in the slightest. I don't really think that they're that intrusive compared to what they could be, that you can still get the point across on the website. And I do think that .gg deserves your money because the features that you pay for are very worthwhile, like really, really worthwhile. And they help players in an insane amount. We're going to move on to a review that is for someone who might actually need help. Be Rich. We're at 113.00. This is a follow-up after a review from December-ish. I don't assume you're going to remember. Of course I don't remember because I do 5 of these a week. But your big takeaway was for me to move guilds. I did and could not thank you and my current guild enough. They recruited me from watching your past review. I'm telling you, changing guilds can be a game changer for players. It really, really, really fundamentally can. Fleet getting first most days with Executor, now have Profundity and Leviathan, just not 7 stars. All assault battles, SM3, and Glatz event completed. Against your past suggestion, I'm finishing up getting the raid teams to R9, JV Pirates clones. I'm happy with my raid score, just feels good to complete this goal and have them at R9 for TBTW. Look, man, I only offer efficiency suggestions. You have to do you. That's just how the game works, right? And I tell people all the time, if you're going to deviate a little bit, do it. That's fine. That's okay. I give you the path. And if you want to go to the sex museum on the path, you want to take a right and you want to go see the world's biggest tennis ball, fine, go do it. Then come back to the path. I have 2 GLs remaining, which I have all the requirements for, Ray and Jedi Master Luke. I've unlocked many of the GLs since the last review and feeling a bit burned out. I have all the conquest characters unlocked at this point, and usually red box or second to last box each time. I generally don't invest in them. I have been refreshing the R9 mats on premium assault battles and using the $14.99 signal data packs. I'm thinking of pivoting away from that and focusing crystals exclusively in Coliseum. I already take them to 5 stars, but with supplementing the levels with level up currency purchases. This is to capitalize on the store update. Would love your take on this approach. I'm going to pause right here to answer that approach. I think that this is very dependent on your Coliseum shard. You know, if getting level up currency can fundamentally move you from one tier to the next tier, it could be worth it, right? But every shard is going to be different, and some shards have more whales in it, and some shards, Phil is telling me he's hitting top 30 and he's invested $0 into Coliseum at all and no crystals. And if you're able to do that, then great, there's no reason to invest further. But if your shard is much more competitive and doing that would fundamentally tip you over to the next thing, then I think it is worth it. And that's the only time that it really should be considered. After I complete my R9 goals from above, I want your opinion on the next goal. I'm thinking of hoarding for the next raid and GL instead of really pursuing heavily into the remaining 2 GLs. How much hoarding should I budget if I want to repeat my current raid performance? My general priorities is raid teams. Oh, my general priority order is, which makes more sense because it would be R. Raid teams, GL teams to R9, late phase, TB teams, defense, PvP teams. Lastly, I have no intentions of leaving this guild, but for some useful feedback based on listening to your brunches before, what things from my account feel missing if you were reviewing my account for recruiting? That's a very fair question. Also, shout out to McClunky. His content is fire. Shout out to McClunky indeed. McClunky is, in my opinion, the funniest person in this entire community, and I don't think he gets enough credit, but I do think it's because most people who are looking for content in the Swugga space are specifically looking for helpful content, not particularly entertaining content. And while, yes, you can argue, hey, we have like Arnold, and Arnold's the most entertaining and he has the most followers, Arnold at least follows the idea of trying to be helpful and doing it in an entertaining way. Whereas McClunky, you will never get any type of useful information from him. But every single time he posts a video, it is one of the funniest things that I have ever seen. Now, B Rich, it seems like he is a late game player, lots of R9 teams, but still missing 2 GLs, which is really interesting to me. So I am going to say somewhere around 12 million. And we have 13.2 million. And Xylox Crew, shout out. I have some friends in that guild. I am a big fan of them. I believe, if this is the guild I'm thinking of, one of the former guild leaders, I think he quit the game, Nomad. But he's still a really nice guy, and I need to reach out to him because we were planning on going for beers at one point. Again, yeah, I think he quit. Very nice guy, very interesting guy. We've gone out before. We've both driven halfway to meet at a brewery before. I like this guild. These are good people. Now, have I requested a roster review from McClunky? No, I don't request reviews from McClunky. He just trolls me with everything that he does. To answer one quick question, Sky for Mangoes, what is the first Zeta you should go on the Star Killer team? I'm going to be honest. I've never been in a position where I've had to under Zeta a team because I've been playing for so long. My suggestion is to go to .gg, go to What to Zeta, put it by your characters, and look at which Star Killer Zeta has been applied the most. I'm not saying that information is 100% useful, but I am saying it is a good amalgamation and it is very useful in almost all cases. Now, your first question here, B Rich, is if I were recruiting you, what kinds of things would I be looking for? Now, my guild, the Gungalorians, right? We have an average GP of 14.5 million GP. We have 724 million galactic power. What I generally look for is someone who is at, and again, I don't force people to hit every metric, but I generally try to look for somebody who is at least 13.5 million GP. Being at 13.3 would not bother me. But I generally try to look at 13.5 as my bare minimum. I do try to find people who are around our average of 14.5 million. I do look at raid scores, and this far into the raid, I am looking for somebody to be somewhere around 10.5 million plus and consistently hitting, right? So I've looked at rosters before where somebody can hit 15 million, but then they'll hit 2 million, and then they'll hit 3 million, and then they'll hit 1 million, and then they'll hit 15 million again. That inconsistency tells me somebody who is too casual for what our guild generally expects. I do typically want to see someone who has all the GLs. If you're missing like the most recent GL, so like if you are missing Hondo, it wouldn't bother me. But I do find it weird when players are looking to get into end game guilds and they don't have all of the tools. So that is something that I kind of look at, and if I see like, oh, it's really interesting that this person doesn't have JML and Ray, it wouldn't necessarily be a deal breaker, but it would be something that would give me a little bit of pause, right? So Ray, isn't Ray the one you said you didn't have? So you're so close. Did you unlock in the last week? No. You're so close to Ray at this point. To me, it doesn't make sense not to unlock her, right? You have her, really? That seems really weird to me to not have her unlocked. I imagine you have Ben. You don't even have Ben unlocked. You say that you don't really utilize those characters, so you might have him at 330, but you just haven't applied him. It's strange to me. It would give me a little bit of pause. JML, I feel like you're probably in the same position with JML, right? It seems strange to me to not have them unlocked. Because even in high-end PvP, I know JML kind of sucks at where he is right now. I still use him at almost every GAC. He's not taking out GL teams. No, he's taking out like JMMW. He's taking out Mace Windu, badass motherfucker. But he is still useful to me. And it seems reasonable to me to kind of bring those characters up as really, really short term. Another thing that I look at is the amount of R9s a player has. Because my guild is in a position now where we are Relic 9ing teams and we need Relic 9 combats. So I like to see that somebody has invested in Relic 9s. 30 to me is relatively low. By comparison, you look at where's profile? Where am I? 15.1. We look at where I am. I have 62 R9s. We do have some people who are on the lower end, but I generally, like, Darth Kermit's been in our guild for years and years and years. I generally don't boot people just for not meeting things unless they are, like, just not showing up in game at all. So Darth Kermit probably would not be recruiting him if he came to join the guild today, because it just doesn't work for me. He doesn't do what I need him to do, but he is a long-term player in this guild, and he does consistently do the things that I need him to do. If I look at your R9s, that's the wrong thing. By Relic Gear, obviously Cup is mostly useless. He can be thrown in on a team, which is nice. So, it is what it is. Do you have, are these all full teams? See, right? Like, this is not going to really, Ahsoka and Fulcrum being at R9 doesn't really help you in R9 combats. Lord Vader, I'm assuming that you have the whole team at R9 because of now even here, like, these guys are not all 9, so they're not really helping us in in those R9 combats in TB. Pirate King Hondo. We have our pirates, 1, 2, 3. These guys are probably able to do it. So that is something that I kind of would be looking for, is somebody that can put up numbers in phase 5 and phase 6 of the of TB. Now, your actual question, your general priority raid teams, GL teams to R9, late phase TB teams, defensive PvP teams. Right now, we're in a weird situation. We should have had raid news already. If they are doing a 1-year cadence, right? Because July should be when the new raid comes out. And normally, we get an announcement about 2 months ahead of time. But we don't necessarily get the characters. We just get, hey, this is the new raid, and then people can speculate about the characters. We're in a weird situation where we're not getting that information yet. So I generally think that players who are serious about high raid scores should hoard about enough to keep their raid score consistent with where their raid score is now. Or at least, like, if you're doing 18 million, you don't need to do 18 million on the new raid right away, but at least getting to the average for the box your guild is at. So if you're doing 18 million, you need about 10.5 million to get your guild back to max box. You're going to want to hoard, honestly, it sounds disgusting, but like 10 to 15 Relic 9 characters, so you can capitalize on those fairly easily and fairly consistently. Your guild, Xylax crew, probably is maxing. Yeah, you're just barely maxing. We're kind of coasting at the same spot as you. I would be trying to keep, I would say for you, I would be trying to keep enough stuff in the chamber to be able to do about 10 R9s. You might be in a position where you know, there are undermans, and that might happen. I'm going to tell you that I do not think CG was very happy about the undermans with this raid, and they kind of just let it go. And I expect that we're going to be less likely to be able to underman in this next raid. So I would be very careful about your investments going forward, to make sure that you can do that. What I think you should be doing right now, you know, Xylax crew, again, great guild. And they're probably in a very similar TB situation as my guild. Hitting 41. So you're probably doing like mostly R8 combats right now, maybe some R9 combats. If you're sticking with Xylax crew, make sure that every team is able to hit those R8 combats. That should be what you're doing right now. Just small projects on top of keeping some hoarded for raids. Okay, so as an example, I have Xylax crew up. I need to get back to yours. As an example, you know, you don't necessarily need, okay, these guys are R8 for right now, so they'll work for you right now. Your Spectre team, I don't think is. You know, I would be taking Ezra to R8. I'd be taking Syndulla to R8, Huyang to R8. Well, actually, I'd probably take Huyang, Ezra, and PadawanSidious to R8. Fulcrum can probably do those R8 combats, you know, on Mandalore, because the Lothal one is super easy anyway. So it's not something that you're going to have to necessarily worry about too much. But I would be taking it really slow right now. The other thing really is I would bite the bullet on getting JML, getting Ben, getting Ray, bringing those characters to like R8, not letting them not do things in your roster. Ray is one of the best defensive teams in the game. Still is, even with Ezra out of the team. It still trips people up. There's always a Datacron that works with that team. I would really just bite the bullet on that. And you could do it slow. You don't have to burn a ton of crystals to like bring her up. But I would definitely be doing that. I'm assuming, let's just check out active era. You're hitting them to about 5 stars, you know. So even when the new GL comes out, these characters are going to be required, which means like you're not going to get the newest GL right away because you're going to need to farm these characters. So like over hoarding for a GL is not going to help you out that much while you still have to farm these characters. Micah, can PK Hondo auto rote? Yes. I have I think it's Veins Veins Omicron, which helps a lot. But yes, even the Relic 9 planets is a full auto, especially with the Omicron. And it is a super, super, super nice quality of life. So I can't offer you too much, Be Rich, because of where you are in the game, you know, and because you are kind of in a holding pattern. But I really would recommend bringing the rest of the Spectre to R8 for your rote, and also just biting the bullet on Ray and JML and getting those characters up to where they need to be. Other than that, I would try to stay in a holding pattern on your R9 materials so that you are in a good position to capitalize when we get that information. Let's move on. We have PadawanSidious. Let's see, 132. Let's say 132. See what we got here. Top 20 of your affiliate arena look like 2 Leviathans, several Executors, 1 Profundity. The rest are Home 1 Endurance. Are you coordinating? Yes, but very happy getting between 5 and 10 every day. I don't have the time to climb. I can get 1 if I have the time. That's why Leviathans are nice, because if you do the Leviathan battle correctly, you can pretty much auto it. I've said this before. I do get 2nd or 3rd most days because I don't want to do the extra battle. But I just find times where I can start the battle and I can hit auto from the beginning with the right composition, and it works beautifully. Assault battles. Assault battles are all over the place. What are you working for? Duel of the Fates, Gear 12. Pretty Patrol, Relic 5. That is insane to me that is higher than Duel of the Fates. Working in Great Mother's team and then getting Balin's Skull. Then my next goal is maybe getting Bo-Katan, Grand Inquisitor, then GL Leia, and C. Are you dead set on continuing current farms? No, just need to max out my Executor fleet. So fairly early game. How highly do you value efficiency? I quite like efficiency. Are there any favorite characters that you want to prioritize? C, obviously, right? Because of not Darth Sidious, PadawanSidious. Are there any favorite shards for any important Proving Grounds characters? I'm not even 4 million GP yet, but hoping to make my next set of Proving Grounds. Do you think I will make it by this conquest? I am a guild leader in a free-to-play guild. I also enjoy your videos. Well, I appreciate that. I assume that's why people come here, is because they have at least watched one of my videos. All right, so we're under 4 million. This was posted 5/31. It's 6/7 day. Conquest starts tomorrow. I feel like we're probably still under 4 million. I want to say like 3.8. Oh my God, look at that. 3.8 million. The kind of, well, I mean, it seems like, you know what? It's not terrible because it's the last Cobb Vanth conquest. So it's not like you were getting Cobb Vanth anyway at that point, but you'll be able to get to that 4 million before you move into the next conquest, and being able to at least get the first box, which will be better than the top box in normal conquest. So it is generally worth doing. Working on Great Mothers, getting Balin's Skull. I love Balin's Skull's team. I love the Great Mothers team. Both teams are really, really nice teams. I don't really necessarily know if they're worth it teams in the early game. I know that some content creators are really pushing for them and saying, oh, they're great for GAC and you'll do awesome in GAC. But I think at this point in the game, the most important thing that a player can do is really worry about their passive resource income. And so PRI, I guess we'll call it the PRI. And that passive resource income is what helps you to push ahead. You know, like we look at places of power, you have a 0 on that, which means you're missing out on 2 Zeta material every single month. And that's not even one of the harder ones to do, places of power. But let's take a look. Doesn't look like any GLs yet. Great Mothers team. We have Great Mothers up there now. Morgan is up there now. Let's see what our Imperial Remnant. Are these guys 7? No, they're not 7 yet. Padawan Obi-Wan is still R2. Master Qui-Gon is still R1. Yeah, listen, Micah, we had this discussion. You know, do things that are fun for you. If something is fun, deviate from the path, right? Gungans at R10 was fun for me, so I deviated from the path. I can't talk about what's fun for you, though. I can only talk about what is efficient. I'm going to tell you that your Sith, you know, without too much investment, you can probably get places of power to 0 by getting Nihilus and probably Traya. And if you did Palpatine lead, Darth Vader, Traya, Nihilus, and Dooku, you can almost definitely get places of power at CT1 to at least get the 2 Zetas there every month. That is really, really, really important. Is the Remnant at the Relic 9 tier good? You should always, man. Silent Stall, yes. You 100% always invest in passive resource income. Always invest in passive resource income. Always, always, always do it. The only exception to that is Leia's event, Endor Escalation. The event fucking blows. But counterpoint is that Leia is really good, so you get it anyway. You don't do it for Endor Escalation. You do it because Leia is great, and then you happen to get Endor Escalation on top of that. You don't need Dark Bastille for that. For Places of Power 1, especially with Relic Delta on your side in Places of Power 1. When I first did it, I can't. It was like Palpatine at G11, Vader at G12, Nihilus at G12, Dooku at G12, and I think it was Darth Revan at G9. And I did CT2 with that, and that was before Relic Delta. It does require going through very slow and really exploiting Nihilus, but it is something you can do. You'll probably need to like move some mods around for it to make sure speeds are decent, but it does not require amazing modding or anything. Let's check this out. Gear tracker. Let's see. Okay, so we know you're free to play, like fully free to play. You're the leader of a free to play guild. Yeah, but I don't care about CT2 and CT3 yet. I just care about getting those 2 Zetas right now. Because you're always going to, especially free to play, you're always going to be in a Zeta crunch. 111.6, 12.36, Grand Inquisitor. So we're close to Grand Inquisitor. We just have to bring the relics up slightly. So that's not a bad thing to do. Executor, we're just building up. You can hit number 1 on that. Balin is, you might as well finish Balin. You're just so close that, yes, it makes sense to finish Balin. So let's say after Great Mothers, which is done, and after getting Balin's Skull, I would prioritize. Let's see where your Bo-Katan is. I would prioritize Grand Inquisitor before you prioritize Bo-Katan, because Reva Shards are important, and it's going to be easier for you to get those Reva Shards. Whereas Bo-Katan, like, it can be a little bit of a pain in the ass of an event, and it does require slightly harder stuff, and, you know, you're further away from it, recognizing, of course, that you will need R7 to start getting those shards on your own anyway. So after doing those things, Bo-Katan, Grand Inquisitor, Leia. Where are we at on Leia? Okay. Yeah, because we don't need Jedi Knight Luke for Leia. We're not far from Jedi Knight Luke, though. Jabba's very far. C is obviously a favorite character of yours, so you want to like do that. I understand that. I think that if I were you and I was keeping in mind the things that you want to do, I think that I would switch Grand Inquisitor and Bo-Katan. So Grand Inquisitor, then Bo-Katan. I do really want to see you get some GLs. I would say GL Leia, fine. C is your fun farm, fine. But I would very strongly recommend moving into Jabba after that, and you should be at a point where you can get Jedi Knight Luke without too much issue at that point. Modding is a huge deal in this game, and Jabba and Smuggler's Run 2 are very, very important for that. Those materials are the lifeblood of this game. That's how like people were fucking angry when it didn't run 2 weeks ago, because like they need those materials. My preference would be that you do Jabba before C, but I understand that C is like your prime farm, so I get it. Other than that, I mean, you know, it's hard as a free-to-play player. It can be hard because of time, wanting to do more of the fleet stuff and hitting number 1. But when you are free to play, those crystals are so very important. Like, so very important. And I would say that I would try to prioritize hitting 5 your bare minimum on any day, as much as you possibly can. Bare minimum. Just because those crystals go a long way as a free-to-play player. Are we going to do your review this week, Snorlax? You mean the review that you literally just put in? What time is it? 19 or so minutes ago? Probably. I don't know what I'm going to tell you. I mean, the last one you did was a month ago, probably. But we got to let some of the freebies get in there as well, you know, because that's just, we got to let those guys in. Snorlax is our serial roster reviewer. Snorlax loves a good roster review. I think Snorlax just likes to be on stream. I think that Snorlax just likes talking to me. I think that that's the case. I think that Snorlax just likes hearing himself talk. I think that that's what's going on here. And you could just say, hey, Egnards, I want to join you on stream. And usually I'm pretty amicable to that, depending on what's going on in game. But I think that that's really what's happening. You should, Sin, I owe you so much fucking shit. You just don't ask me for it. You're like, I could figure it out. But I got a lot of time next week, man. My wife's away until Thursday. I have a meeting with Shadow on Tuesday night. Notice me, senpai. Let's move on to the next one. We got Bruno. Let's see what's going on with Bruno's account. Nobody talks about this guy. Time is it? It's 1:44. 1:44:00. At this rate, Xander is never going to get egg draws ever again. I really thought that this was going to be an egg draws week because I'd have no roster reviews to do. And then in one day, everybody just started asking for them. So Bruno, Mr. Mars, mainly Leviathans and Profundities with a few Executors. Usually get first if life allows, or at least top 10 if I'm in a rush. No one talks about Bruno. Assault Battle CT3, R9 and everything. Peridia Patrol R7. Lady Geek, did you see on Reddit there was another one of those 500 the mod storage posts yesterday? I didn't tag you in it, but I did mention you. And then we got their mod score. It was like a 4. What are you currently working on? I'm working on PGs and units. I am unlocking Maul and Malgus at the moment with many more to come. After that, I will go into Gas to Glat using LSTs. By then or in between, I'll have to do raid farms. Looking at Pico and or SLKR, I see. I thought you were much further in the game just based on your ROI here and on your backing on passive resource income. Right now, the LSTs are really valuable. Yes, they are. 3,500 per. It is so worth it for people. I fully recommend it. How highly do you value efficiency? Besides guild farms, I'm all into efficiency. Are there any favorite characters? Nope. I've got an alt for that. Shards for important proving ground characters. We are missing a lot. We're missing Fury class, Cat, Quadme, SM33, Bane. God damn. Malicos, and DS Ray. I've started buying the pass since the era of Andor. Not sure if I'll do this for all eras and getting marquees to 5. Besides that, no spending. Red creating conquest, but he wrote red crate. Oh no, he did. I thought it said crafting, but I guess I'm just dyslexic today. Love mods. Era pass, episode pass. If you are here's the thing. Not everybody is okay with spending $20 a month on a video game. That's okay. It doesn't bother me because I grew up in the golden age of massive multiplayer games. I grew up playing Star Wars Galaxies. I grew up playing World of Warcraft. I grew up playing Warhammer Age of Reckoning. I grew up playing Final Fantasy XIV. I played Star Wars The Old Republic. And I was paying $15 a month to play Star Wars Galaxies 20 years ago. I would walk to GameStop because I didn't have a credit card. I was like 14. I would walk to GameStop and I would buy a 60-day card. And so like $20 a month for a game 20 years later does not bother me at all. It is one of the best investments you can make into the game, into spending on the game. You don't want to spend on the game, you don't spend on the game. If you can afford the 20 and it's not going to hurt your finances, you can afford it, then it's great, it's fine. But if you're okay with affording it, that $20 goes a fuck ton. Like it goes so far with all of the things you get from Episode Pass. Shout out to RuneScape. I never paid for RuneScape because when RuneScape came out, I was too damn young. I was like 10. But I did play RuneScape back in the day, and you'd like sit there with your mining and do that. And I used to play Player Worlds games. I don't know if anyone's ever played Player Worlds games, like Giraffe Online. I used to sit there in that little 8-bit like sprites, 16-bit sprites, and like play the little game that other people made. And they were like little massive multiplayer games, but they were free because there was no metric to be able to force people to spend money. But it is great spending-wise for the Episode Pass, and it's highly worth it if you can afford it and are okay with affording it. I'm going to say it's really interesting because your ROI is built up, but you're missing a lot of Proving Grounds characters. You're missing 1, 2, at least 3 GLs. So I'm going to say somewhere around 10.5 to 11 million GP. 8.5. Again, I say this a lot. If you are a person and I guess your GP as higher than it is, that is a great thing. That means you are fairly highly efficient, right? That's just how shit works. You're efficient. Good for you. You fucking got this. Let's see. Allie, I feel that. I do. You know, I work... Man, I work like 15 hours a day between school, between the dojo, between doing this shit. So I got to spend a little bit every once in a while for my own, you know, and I don't spend shit on myself otherwise in life. Let's see what we got going on here. 8.5, Kyber 4, looking solid. Executors here. Dogs with lightsabers, sounds scary. 1, 2, 3, only 3 GL. Okay, so we're very far behind on the GL. Glat using LSTs. Peridia Patrol at R7 is okay here. Only got 420 followers on Twitch. Damn. Look at that. You know what we need? Where are my Bezos bucks at on Twitch? We haven't had any Bezos bucks in a while. My Prime subs, my favorite subs are those Prime subs because they're free. Because nobody has to spend fucking money. All they have to do is log in not through their fucking phone. And then I get like $3 and you don't have to spend anything. All right, let's see. I went on a tangent. Let's see where we're at. Pretty Patrol R7 is perfect where you are in the game. You don't need to go to R9 right now. I would keep it at the R7 tier for now. You can go to R9 if you want. I don't think it's necessary until you get a little bit further in. But remember, the sooner you get to that R9 tier, the sooner it starts to pay dividends for you. Let's see our ships. Executor's almost there. Profundity's at 4 stars. It's building itself up. We have to pause this fucking review because fuck you, Bones. Speaking of Bones, here's the deal. We're all going to Star Wars Celebrations. I'm going. Phil is going. Avant is going. Old Man and Logan is going. Kate Gaming is going. Bones is going. Bones is co-host on Hut's Hangout, even though Bones is a little piece of shit and he left them hanging. Aussie Mike is going. There's a lot of people going to Celebrations, and we've been talking in this group chat, and fucking Bones somehow has a ticket to this thing, and he doesn't even know where he's staying. His plan is to just couch surf with full-ass grown adults for like 5 fucking days. For 5 fucking days, he's going to sit there trying to just find where to stay because that is who Bones is. But on the bright side, even though he's willing to eat at like McDonald's and Burger King and just fucking like canned chicken, we have promised him that we are going to take him out to dinner one of those nights and we're going to make him eat bougie food and we're going to pay for it because that's Bones. Bones is like the little rodent he is everybody's little brother in this fucking community. And I love him to death. But god damn, this stupid piece of shit. He has other priorities. And he is still, I don't even know, man. Bones is Bones. He just you love to fucking hate him. The worst fucking part about him is how far up fucking Patrick Mahomes' dick he is. Beyond that, everything else is just part of his character, but he needs better character traits than fucking wanting to ride Patrick Mahomes' dick constantly. Thank you for the Prime sub, Matt, man. We have mugs. I mean, I have stickers. I've told anybody in the US who wants a sticker, just send me an address. I'll mail it to you. I have plenty of stickers. I wanted one for my laptop, and I had to buy like 100 of them. All right, we got to go back to this review, though. So I apologize, Bruno, for that metric that what we did there. Profundity, you're probably going to level up free. What I would really strongly recommend is, I know you are at 286 for Fury class. You have some Cantina farms left for that Fury class. I would strongly recommend deviating just a small amount of Cantina energy per day towards bringing these characters up. You do want Leviathan. You can even be in, just forget. You could, Lady Geek. I don't want you to turn off your signal data farm, but like 4 battles a day, 5 battles a day, put it towards Mark 6 Interceptor. Put it towards Sith Assassin's ship, who I'm assuming is also nat at 7 star, right? Yeah, you don't even have that unlocked. All of those Cantina farms, just slowly start to bring them up so that when you get your Fury class to 330, you can get your Leviathan. Remember that you should always be farming something in fleet, but we don't want to cut off your signal data farm. For our characters, your tracker. What are we looking for? We're looking for Kylo. We're about 15 away. Using Glat from those Lightspeed tokens. Glat is a great shout because she has an amazing R9 event attached to her as well. And you already have the rest of her farm at R7 for that. Need to get either Pico or Glat for Guilds farms as well as Quad May. I would get Ahsoka over Hondo right now because those pirates are not yet in those LSTs. And I believe Ahsoka's characters are able to be in those LSTs right now. So you can kind of get this much quicker than you are going to get Hondo. Hondo is a priority farm because of mods and Smuggler's Run 3. But you'll get Ahsoka much, much faster. And you will be able to use that R9 tier to kind of make up the other R9s in the future. Now, obviously, you still need gas. So it's going to take a little bit of time there. But gas is going to help you for both farms anyway. I would definitely do Glat first. Do Glat first. Well, I mean, gas you have to. Do Glat first. Do Pico second. SLKR should be, he's great. He's amazing. But all of the things that have passive resource behind them are so much better for you right now in the game, especially when it comes to modding. And like I said with Leviathan, you need to start slowly bringing those Cantina things in there so that when you get to Leviathan, you're not cutting yourself off. Otherwise, you're in a good position, man. I don't want to take all of the credit from your review that happened previously, but you're in a really solid position efficiency-wise, and this is an account that I fully and strongly respect and support, and you're doing things right. Just Pico before SLKR, but keep doing what you're doing and just a little bit towards Leviathan because it'll be significantly beneficial to you in the near future. Surely the postage to Europe couldn't be that much for a sticker. I honestly, the only reason why I say that, my Warhammer friend, is that I have no idea how many stamps I'd have to put on to postage to Europe. If it's going domestically, I don't even have to go to the post office. If it's going domestically, I can literally leave it hanging out of my mailbox and the mailman will just pick it up for me. I don't generally have time to go to the post office because I typically work during postal hours. So it's very easy for me to post things domestic. You know, will that change in the summer? Probably. Will I look into it for you? I want to say yes, but also I will probably forget if we're being completely honest about it. That is teacher life, Allie. Allie, as far as celebrations, honestly, I'm only going to 1 day of celebrations. I'm going for 4 days. I'm only going on Saturday. I have literally zero interest in the convention. I give zero shits about waiting in lines. I am not going to go to any panels if I'm completely fucking honest. I'm going because there are a lot of people going, and I thought it would be fun to meet people. And as much as I say that I hate people, I really do like meeting people and learning about them and having that excitement of the social aspect. So I bought a 1 day ticket to it, and I'm just gonna have to meet people over the course of those 4 days that we're there outside of the convention center. Unlike Phil, who forced me to buy him 2 4-day tickets, and he's dragging his wife to 4 days worth of celebration, even though I don't even think that she gives a shit about Star Wars, based on the things that he has told me. Let's see. You all forgot me, though, as you guys... Well, if I remember correctly, you were in that group chat. Nobody kicked you out of that. But you know, that's the only I just happened to be the one to buy the tickets because I got through the line the fastest, which was not expected at all. Actually, Kate was gonna buy me my tickets, and I just got lucky. All right, we got to move on. OogaBooga. We're getting through a lot of these today. God damn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on number 5. OogaBooga. Oh my God, this thing fucking goes on and on. There are so many of these reviews. OogaBooga. What is it? We're at the 2-hour mark. You know what? Actually, I'm going to take a very fast break to get some water. My throat is killing me right now, so I will be right back. All right. Does users roster review really count? No, not really, but I did spend a lot of time talking about it. But even still, I usually do 3. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the 4th one for today, and then did promise Snorlax, so let's see what happens. OogaBooga, top 20 of your fleet, all Leviathans. Are you coordinating? No. Don't think my fleet shard has a Discord. That's probably not true, to be completely honest, but if you're getting first, it's not really that big deal. Salt battles are interestingly all over the place. Rebel Roundup CT2, Place Power CT3, Military Might CT1, Ground War CT1. Secrets of Shadow is Mythic tier. Nothing in Fanatical Devotion. Duel of the Fates is Gear 11. That hurts my soul. Pretty Patrol 0. Currently working on Poncho Brothers, so that's a good thing. BKM, Leia, Balin. Dead set on continuing. Yes. Here's the thing, and this is for anybody asking for a roster review. If you have a lot of things on your currently farming and you are dead set on continuing those things, I gotta take a blinker. If you're dead set on continuing these things and it's like big things, right? Like, so you're going from Poncho Brothers to BKM to Leia to Balin, unless you're a spender, that's like 4 to 5 months worth of shit. It's very hard to review a roster in that place, because by the time you're done with the things you're dead set on, the game has changed, and I don't know if my advice is still going to be worth it. So just keep that really with a grain of salt. Are there any favorite characters? No, don't have any particular favorites. Shards for any important proving grade brand characters. Was a free-to-play player, but bought a few bundles and the episode pass recently. Darth Bane 230, Terran Malgus 241, Malgus 100, EBE 205, DS Ray 120. This is an interesting account. Again, kind of all over the place. I'm going to say it's somewhere around like 6 million. Let's see. 6.4 million. Look at that. I'm right on the money today. How can you get a review? You go to our Discord, my Discord. I say our Discord because I share it with Moonborn, but Moonborn has since quit the game. You head over to, oh, no, don't delete message. You head over to our Discord. I have a nice little channel there that people put in their requests, and I do them in order. Obviously, sometimes it takes a week or two for me to get to it, but that is how we do it. Let me find Bones' account. Delete the fucking account is what we do with Bones' account. All right, let's see. OogaBooga collection. We only have one Galactic Legend, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. All right. So we're fairly early game. We have Executor at 5 stars. Everybody in your fleet Discord is Leviathan, so this seems like an account for someone who quit the game and came back. Which, you know, it sucks. Being able to get into the top 20 is kind of nice. You definitely can beat Leviathans with Executor. I am not a fleet person. You know, Bit Dynasty has lots of great guides. I would highly, if you're struggling with the Leviathan fight, I would highly, highly, highly recommend not talking to Bit Dynasty, but watching his fleet guides to help you out with that so that you can get more of those crystals. Especially as a very casual spender, those free crystals are incredibly important to you. Malgus is very far away, so Leviathan is off the menu for a little while. Let's see what we got. Now, again, you have said that Poncho Bros, Bo-Katan, Leia, and Balin are hard stops for you. Those are things you're definitely doing. So we're going to talk about the after effects after that. Let's see what progress you have made on the Poncho Brothers. Padawan Obi-Wan still is okay. And Master Qui-Gon, all right. Where you are in the game, I always recommend bringing these guys to R9, 100%. But where you are in the game, you probably can benefit from keeping them at Relic 7 for a little while. If you want to push them to R9, do it. You know, awesome. It'll benefit you in the long run. It's not necessarily necessary at 6.4 million GP. But I would strongly recommend getting them to at least R7. Our BKM, how far off are we there? BKM. Fuck is she? There she is. We haven't even really started BKM. You know, you probably got the tokens, but you are still fairly far off. Balin, we are still fairly far off. I would honestly strongly recommend against getting Balin right now. I feel like you have other things to worry about, but that's neither here nor there. And Leia. Leia is always a great shout. A lot of old farms. You can use those LSTs to kind of bring these guys up for the most part. Let's just see what else is going on here, shall we? Ray, 1920. Jedi Master Luke. This would be with Leia anyway. Jedi Master Luke. Sith Eternal. It's fine. Doesn't really do as much anymore. JMK, Lord Vader, Starkiller, Grand Inquisitor, Jabba, Executor, Profundity, Doc Aff, Cal Kestis, Leviathan, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, Jam, Hondo. Let's see. I would definitely start working towards Jedi Knight Luke. Hands down. You have him at 7, good. At 7, good. All of the harder parts of that are at 7, so that's pretty good. Because, I mean, if I were your account and I wanted to keep what you were doing, I would say Poncho Brothers, BKM, Leia, skip Balin for now. He is great in GAC. I love him to death, but you are still in a resource acquisition phase. And I would strongly recommend going for Jabba at that point and pushing Balin after Jabba so that you can get some better mods. If you insist on Balin where Balin is right now, then do Jabba right after Balin. It's interesting, your Fanatical Devotion you have set as a 0, right? You haven't done anything with that one based on your assault battles, but they're all at Relic 5. So maybe it just hasn't come around yet since. But this should be at least CT1, bare minimum. And you can do CT2 with these guys. It's really going to just become, yeah, so you haven't even modded. Like, the next time Fanatical Devotion comes around, you need to mod switch so that you can get CT1. As I've said to other people here, you are leaving Zetas on the table by not having these guys be able to do 3-star on the assault battle. Put mediocre mods on them, switch them back after. Yes, I know it's a pain in the ass to switch mods in this game, but it will fundamentally and significantly benefit you. Secrets and Shadows is not as important. Balin will give you the GM characters to kind of be able to do that, but it's not one of the important ones, and I really don't think Balin is as important a farm for you. Again, I strongly recommend doing Jabba before it. You can do Jabba after it, I guess, but I don't really have that much more that I can give you. The reality is that you're so dead set on certain farms right now that it's just not conducive to giving you advice for 6 months from now. One other thing that maybe I could strongly recommend is that because you want to get Leia, because I really want you to get Jabba, you really should also consider starting to work on profundity, because even if you don't need profundity right this moment, getting it to 4 stars will allow it to kind of tier itself up on its own. And the best time to get a new fleet is when you don't need to get that new fleet. The best time is when you don't have to spend on the event and you can just get those 1,000 refreshed every single day. That's really all I have right now for you. I can't really give much more than that. We're going to move into our friend Snorlax, who just wants to hear me talk about him. I know that. I know Snorlax just wants to hear me talk. It's okay, though, because we do like Snorlax, and Snorlax does give some really great advice sometimes for a player who is on the newer end. Oh, shit. He's here. We weren't talking badly about him. We weren't. I swear to God, man. Just, I don't know. Keep talking for a second. I don't know. The monitor is off. Monitor. I don't want to monitor. Is everybody hearing Snorlax? Because his button is not showing higher, but his audio source is there. So your audio source is not showing like a bar going up, but it is showing on my screen as being active. No, so you can't hear him. Yeah. All right, let's make a quick change here. And let's go back. I don't know why Discord is being a loser to me today. Let us... Discord on an average day. Yes.
Meanwhile, I have to sort through files.
Okay, you should be hearable now. People should be able to hear you now. Are we hearing Snorlax? Snorlax, give us a couple bars. Rap for me.
I'm not a rapper, unfortunately, but yeah.
No, you can do it like the 90s way, like, my name is Snorlax, and I'm here to say I can rap in a biblical way. Something like that.
But my name ain't Snorlax, and I'm not here to say that I can rap in a biblical way. Because when I try to rap, it never ends up good. And I'm not going to do any more.
You had a rhyme right there with "in the hood," but okay, fine. Yeah, something was messed up with my Discord source. It was showing as active, but it wasn't showing as reading. But we've reset it. It works. We're good with where we go. Snorlax is a serial reviewer. I think that he just likes me and he likes talking to me. But I did say, in all fairness to you, Snorlax, every single time we do a review for you, a new Lightspeed bundle comes out. Every single time.
Because I know there's a data mine next week. So I am doing this intentionally for everyone.
You're doing this so that all of the spenders can get a new toy from the data mine. That's
and that
every
cat
2
bundle
weeks.
actually comes, you know?
You're doing I get it. I understand.
Bundle.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I don't even need to read this big long thing. You didn't even need to post this big long thing.
Whoa, it's a new thing. I did not copy paste it like the last 4 times.
Okay.
But you don't
waiting
need to
for
Glat,
waiting for Cat LSB to come out. I thought the Cat LSB did come out, or it
didn't.
But it's been data mined.
Yes.
Okay. For what date? Do you remember?
There is no date. It's one of those where it's It gave a date, and the date is the same. It came and it went at the exact same time.
Oh, okay. So, all right,
I
it's
have
one of
no clue
those.
what CG
So
is
we were
doing.
all
Yeah.
excited about you getting Ahsoka, and it didn't even come out. I got you.
No, everyone
That's
was excited to get Ahsoka,
that
and it didn't
sucks.
come yet.
That sucks. I know
I know,
because
right?
we had a plan for you, and it didn't come.
And it looks so good.
I know. I know. I know. I wonder why. That's interesting. How high do you value
I think CG
efficiency?
just knows that they don't like me.
You were pissing them off. Gonna raise your
I know,
source a little
right?
bit. Hoarding for Glat, waiting for Cat LSB to come out. How high do you value efficiency? About 80-20. Are there any favorite characters you want to prioritize? No. Everyone's around 220. If any good LSBs come out, you're gonna buy them. All right. Now remind me before Cat, what was our plan for you?
Before Cat, you were saying Hondo
Okay.
because of how long it would take to get Cat.
Yes.
Yes,
All
and
right.
that was
So
the plan.
here's my thought then. We're assuming a Cat bundle is going to come out really soon, right? Because this Cat bundle
Mhm.
was data mined, and everyone just kind of patiently waiting for the Cat bundle.
Yeah.
My thought would be if that's going to be in the short term, and it's expected in the short term, have you put together a sheet for yourself? Or, I mean, you could really even just look here to say, okay, like this is what I need for Glat, and making sure that you have that amount.
I'm
You
slowly
know?
holding to it. I'm almost at it. I'm
Okay.
closing in.
Okay. So because
Really
that's
closing in. We'll be there within the month,
okay. So
which
that's
will
kind
time
of where it
perfectly.
comes to,
Yeah.
right? Is like, all right, let's get you to the materials you need so that you can get her the moment that bundle actually pops. But once you get yourself to that position, why that doesn't really change. Like I would still go for Hondo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, Hondo's a great farm with Smuggler's Run 3. I'd put my next set of things towards that Smuggler's Run 3, 100%. Those are
Because my considerations was that with the Revenge of the Sith tokens coming, it does show that they will update the tokens.
yes,
Because I wasn't sure if they would.
correct.
So I was thinking that if I just go for Ahsoka first, especially since I don't have enough Relic 9 materials or both. I mean, I
Hmm.
probably would by the time because of the new era currency changes. But then, yeah, because of that, if I go
Hmm.
Ahsoka first, I also can start getting those things up while waiting, and then potentially being able to benefit from tokens, which is especially useful for the couple cantina farms. Because
Yes,
I
of
know
course,
Hondo has a couple cantina farms that I still have to do.
of course. Hear me out though. Lord Vader, we have to assume that we're going to get a raid in like the next month or two, right? So, I mean, I guess we don't have to assume that. CG could be like, actually, we're doing this for the next 3 years, and you're just going to keep playing Order 66. That's what they did with H Strength. But at the time of Sith Triumvirate, they didn't say, hey, we're doing a new raid every year. So we didn't have anything to go off of. But right now, we do have an expected cadence of roughly a year. Um,
Mhm.
a lot all Lord Vader is going to give you by the time you're able to get that Lord Vader is just good GAC team, good Rise of the Empire team. That's all it's going to give you, right? Hondo is going to give you good GAC team, good TW team, good TB team, but also is going to give you a big return on investment, right? On the materials from the Smuggler's Run 3. So I definitely, I do fully and I fully understand the concern of, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Ah. I do fully understand the concern of Hondo and maybe his tokens won't be available for another 3 months or whatever it is. And I want to get like Vayne and Kicks and Quiggled through those tokens. But I think that you will see a little bit more viability from what you get from this team. Now, the token timeline is supposed to be about a year, right? And Captain
Yeah.
Silvo, uh, Captain Silvo
If
came
it's a
out in
year, it'd
September.
probably be too long.
So we're looking
But
at
the thing is
about
that what happened with the
3
current one is
months.
that there are still a couple that are not accelerated yet, but they already came out in tokens.
Yes,
Like I think
yes.
so that was my only consideration.
Well, Ali, the Nightfall ROI, Nightfall is now an at their discretion event, right? And but that's the
AKA
same
every
thing.
single anniversary,
That's the same
every
thing
big
with
event.
Hondo, though. Hondo has a very similar one, except Hondo's also gives crystals because it has the extra journey tier. Nightfall is something we can expect to come around like once or twice a year at this point. Maybe 3 if we're lucky. So anniversary, Christmas, and May the 4th. But
I
there's
think
no
probably two,
defined
probably anniversary.
cadence
Yeah,
to it yet. Maybe
I
anniversary.
would
In
say more
this
two.
this year for the anniversary, they
Anniversary
did
and
do assault battles again. But that's a
I think that's
newer
gonna be just
thing.
anniversary and May the 4th.
Well, I
Because I
think
remember last year they did anniversary, then they didn't do anything for Christmas
I'm
in
pretty
terms of
sure they
everything,
did
from
for
what I remember.
Christmas, but I'm not 100% sure.
Or maybe they did. No, they did triple drops, but they didn't do all the other stuff like rerun every single stop battle,
Let's
everything. I
see.
think they did it for anniversary.
Nightfall Project. I feel like they do have a thing, and that's not going to help me. Where is the event tracker on here? I know that there's an event tracker on here. Events. Let's see. Okay, so they did. They didn't run it for Christmas. All right, so they didn't run it for Christmas, so 2 times.
Cinema.
But that's why I can't rely on like it's nice. I get them all to R9 because yeah, for me it's really nice to get that free extra materials each time. But it was also I was already at the end of the game.
Well,
Well, even back that look, I know that user now user helps me fund my eras, and I'm totally transparent about that because I don't want people to think my progress is better than it is for like a free to play. But at the time of getting Lord Vader, that wasn't the case. At the time of getting Lord Vader, I was still a player in a position of doing things fully 100% by myself, and it was still something that I prioritized. And at that time, I was spending $20 a month on episode pass only. It wasn't until about 3/4 of the way through Hondo. It was actually not until Hondo released that he was like, go buy whatever you need for the rest of Hondo. So I've always been about kind of prioritizing that stuff, even previous to that. Same thing with JV, because I was at the end of the game. I had been playing for 9 years, 8 years, 9 years at that point. I think that you are going to see a much better return. I understand the concern of Cantina farms. I fully... this should be on yours, right? No, I got rid of your tab for some reason. I fully understand the idea of Cantina farms and Cantina farms being a little bit more frustrating, but I do think you are going to see a much stronger benefit from having Hondo than you are from having Lord Vader. And I'd much rather see you get that Hondo much quicker because modding is one of the most important things that people fail on constantly. I see it all the time. In the last week, I've looked at multiple players with 13, 14 million accounts with mod scores of like 3, right? And
whoa! My mod score is 2. Don't discriminate.
your mod. See, I was actually just about to look up your mod score. I literally.
I think that's the hot utils one.
Well,
The one that
we're
actually
gonna
everyone
pull
looks at.
this up right now on
Oh Lord.
stream. Let's see. We're gonna pop this in and on Discord. Of course, it didn't show because it doesn't. Oh, because this is higher up in priority. Okay, so here is your mods right now: an Omega score of 3, Hot Util score of 2, Omega top 110 6.75. Look at the insane amount of
6.7.
mods that fuck you. Look at the insane amount of mods up here that are 5 dot mods that are below 10. Like that is a big deal. We need to pump these numbers up a lot more. and you're getting to a place in the game, like I've been maintaining a few other, not just users' account, I maintenance other people's accounts too, like 5-10 minutes a day. I look through things. And the biggest problem is people who just do not put enough priority towards their mods, and they're wondering why. Like, why is this team not performing the way it does in Bit Dynasty's video? Why is Vexitron able to do this and I'm not able to do this? Why? Because you're not prioritizing the thing that's really important, right? That is the big deal. That is the problem. Wow, what's a good mod score? Hold on. Why is this listening only? What is a good mod score? My mod score is not great, but as comparison, you know, my mod score should be up here somewhere. Oh, I guess my mod score is not up there somewhere. We can run my mod score. Right, so my mod score is not great, but this is a comparison where my Omega top 110 is 29. My hot utils is 8.35. The Omega is 12.07. Now, obviously, I still have work to do to get some of these 10s down, right? And bring some of this stuff down. But for the most part, my goal has been really, really, really able to kind of build and try to build this down. Now, for my first 4 to 5 years of playing this game, I did not take mods as seriously as I do now. So my mod score should be much higher than it is. It's only in like the last 3 to 4 years that I've really started to refresh the mod store, that I've really started to put filters in to kind of build my mods up more than they were, to really give prominence to that stuff. But we need to get your score somewhere here. It's less about new teams right now, and it's more about making sure your teams can perform the way that you need those teams to perform. That's really, really important, right? Let's see. We could check out Ali's score. And I think that Hondo is your ticket there. You actually, Ali, you've got a very nice mod score, right? And Ali's account is on the smaller side of endgame. If I remember correctly, it's probably somewhere around like 12 mil, I think. See, we're pulling it up now. 11 million, right? So kind of where you are in the game as well, much less spending than you have. So think about this, right? Ali, roughly the same area of the game. Oh, on that one, that's the account you were given. Never mind. Let's see the account. That's different. That is a very different thing. I'm sure, I think you've retired your old account, or are you playing this one as well still? Right? Yeah, I think you've retired this account, right? But I mean, even still, the score is very similar to yours, and you're a much bigger spender. You need to focus on those mods, and you need to like kind of build that out more than anything else. And I think that taking that detour, it's not even a detour, but I think that making sure you get Hondo faster is more important than the signal data farm and worrying about a Cantina farm. And you still have, you said, about a month before your layer ready, and it's about 3 months until we can reasonably expect all of the pirates to be in the token store. A lot of them are fleet farms, which is kind of annoying. I think it's just Silvo that is a Cantina farm, isn't it? And he's like on an 8 node.
If it's only 1, then it's fine. If it's 2, then it'll be a bit annoying.
I think
I just know I have
most of them,
something to farm that's Cantina, so I'm
I think
annoyed.
that most of them are fleet farms.
I think it's Vayne and Silver.
Let's see. We can look at Vayne. We'll look at Vayne too.
It's Vayne and Silver, because those are the ones that I have less than.
Okay, Vayne is
6
a
stars.
10 energy. Vayne is a 10 energy node.
That's nice.
Silvo is a 10 energy node.
that's
Quiggled, I
nice.
think, is a fleet farm.
Yeah, almost every other ones I have 6 stars and actively farming up the stars. Because
Vayne
I know
is-
at the end of the day, even with tokens, I only have them 5 stars.
Yeah,
I
and
need
here's
them
the
6
thing.
stars.
Here's a nice thing.
Yeah, 6 stars.
You know, my way is to slowly do it while you're waiting. But because we're at the precipice of like Lightspeed tokens for these things, it does make sense to hold off on those until later. Vayne, I think, is, when did Vayne release?
Because they only do Lightspeed tokens for the
Vayne.
whole era, so I think we probably have to look at like the last
Well,
character in the
the
era.
reason I was looking was because remember there were 2 eras of pirate. There was 2 portions of that era of pirates.
There are 2 portions, but it's under one era, right?
I
In the era, like
I
top
don't
left corner.
I cannot remember how they do shit because they've changed it every fucking era. Every
Because the
fucking
Dark Side clones and the Jedi Vanguard were all together.
We're all
and
one
for whatever
era.
reason, they included Bad Batch.
Correct.
Because they were like, yes, finally we'll give you a new Bad Batch.
This is something that you definitely can wait to do those Cantina farms because you might get to the point where it's September and it's the era after and you don't have Hondo yet and you go, great, I can get these Lightspeed tokens. But you also might be at the point where, look at this fucking Hondo, it's playing the wrong source and it's like doing that. You might also be at the point where you just need to bite the bullet on those signal data farms. I think it is way, way, way more important than Lord Vader for you right now. We need to shore up your mods. That's what we need to spend time on. We need to like make sure your mods are in order. We need to make sure that the right primaries are on things. You know, I've talked about this before with people. Even if they're shitty mods, make sure the primaries are correct. Because if the primaries are correct, then you are setting up a mod downline. And then when you get a really good mod, right? So I have this offense triangle that has 22 speed on it. And I don't think I think I didn't place it specifically because I didn't have a home for it right now. But even this 16% health mod, lots of defense, 19 speed. If I have my primaries right, I can sit here and I can go, okay, health primary, not only unassigned mods. And I can look at all of my characters that have similar mods to try to find something with this on it. And if I want to say, hey, you know what, this is more of a defensive mod, I can go, I want to make sure it also has a defense roll on it. Right. And then that way I can say, where did it go? Because I know it had a, oh, that was flat defense. I can say, okay, look at this. I got this defense mod. I have all of this stuff right here. I want to give this to CX2, or I want to give this to Juhani because Juhani is a nice tank for Old Republic in TW. Right, so these are ways. Oh my god, this is a beautiful protection mod, motherfucker. I want to roll this for my Gungans. Oh my god, beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful. That is being switched to a Gungan later today.
I love how I'm just hearing this.
Oh, that's
and
so
the screen
fucking
is
beautiful.
not updated yet.
Oh yeah,
interesting.
Okay. Right, right, because I didn't share my screen in the actual, which I should do so that you can. Hold on.
Mayhaps you might not have done that for like last like 3 roster reviews.
Share I know people have to remind me. Oh, that was so beautiful. Where is my game? There it is. Okay, it was orgasmic. Oh my god, that is a beautiful Gungan. But now, so the point is, my primaries are actually, it's not a beautiful Gungan. It's not a beautiful Gungan one because it's a health primary. It's not a protection primary. So never mind. It's not even great for Gungans for that reason. But the point is that I can now take that mod that I had that is now my best mod for some reason. I'm not even mad that that's not a good mod for a Gungan because it's beautiful now. And I can say, hey, this 19 mod actually is going to go to pause, right? And that's exactly where it's going. Boom. It's going to pause now because I've got what I needed for him. So if I have the primaries right, I can kind of play around and I can mess with mods and I can find similar situations that are better. Sound mods without getting banned. Right, and then I can go back in here and I can find that same mod and I can go, oh hey, this is beautiful. This is gonna help my pause. That's what you need to focus on right now. And I would, yes, save for your Ahsoka. I think I said Leia before, but save for your Ahsoka. But I really strongly recommend continuing on the Hondo route versus the Lord Vader route, because Lord Vader gives you a good team. Hondo gives you a lot more than that. And then Lord Vader after that.
Do you think I should do some relic hygiene while waiting? Like, let's say that I just want to chill, or do you think I should just start just relicking Hondo characters?
I don't think you should worry about relic hygiene until your return on investment is sorted out. You know, so Ahsoka gives you return on investment, Hondo gives you return on investment, and I think that those are the last two things that give you like a real strong return on investment for characters. That's off the top of my head. That's not me looking at the roster right here. But I'm pretty sure that those are the last two things for you. And once you do that, that's when you say, okay, now I need to start working on my relic hygiene, because you want to make sure you're getting the resources first. Then you make sure that you're kicking ass in GAC.
Peridia Pals after those two? To R9?
Peridia Pals will be part of your ROI, right? As you do Ahsoka, I would do that as well, because it's just, I say it every time.
Before or after Hondo?
I would do it before Hondo, because you still have stuff to build up for Hondo.
And also, I'm still thinking about the tokens, right?
And you're still thinking about the tokens, but like, so if you get the Peridia Boys first, it gives you a little bit more time to work towards, maybe those tokens will release in September.
Okay.
You know, and the only ones that you have to worry about, because who cares the fleet ones? The fleet ones, start farming them. But the ones that you want to worry about are the Cantina ones. So that when September rolls around, if you still aren't ready to do the Cantina farms, maybe the Lightspeed tokens come out, and those are the only things that you needed left.
Yeah.
Make sense? I can't possibly see how Lightspeed tokens would fuck this up. So I honestly, I can't possibly see how a Lightspeed bundle data mined on Wednesday will fuck this up. So I think we are in a good place where we don't necessarily have to worry about anything.
But what if there's a Ben Lightspeed bundle? Shouldn't I finish Ray?
Sure. If a Ben Lightspeed bundle comes out, then, but that's small, right? So well, let's see. Where is Ray?
I'm very close to Ray. I just have like JTR and BBA. I just don't want to complete her because there's no reason to get her without Ben.
What do you? This tells you me with relics. Because I have both of these up. That's why 400. Yeah. I mean, but that's also small. That's fast. So if that for some reason happens, that's a 2-week detour. That's not anything major.
I think I do it instantly. With how much I saved up already.
So there you go. Like that's not really going to detour you. That's not something that you're going to have to worry about so much. Let's do one more. Let's do one more today. One more. Lots of reviews today. Oh my God. One more. Where are we? Roster review requests. Everybody's like talking in the review requests. Oh, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. You got this whole conversation going on, but I appreciate that you're like actually going, oh, hey, this is what you actually have to do. There's no pick me girls, Emperor. We do everything in order. We're fair here. We've got EwokParty. What is it? 238. Let's say 239. Scribe, come join us. Come say hi. You want to do a joint review with me and Snorlax? Come say hi. Why are you sitting here in the comments, man?
Why is he hiding, man? Come on, man. You have to do better.
He's fucking hiding.
Why is he hiding, man?
This chat room.
Don't be scared.
The only reason I wanted to come on here is so that when I crash his Friday night stream one day, when I have time on a Friday night, he won't get mad at me. Because I always see his like Friday night streams, and I'm always too busy to join them. Oh, he's video editing. I've got shit to do.
His Friday night streams on Monday morning.
Yeah, I just don't have. Usually, I don't have time to join them. But on a day where my wife maybe goes to sleep early or something's going on, I've had the desire to crash it because Katie and Kadar the three of us, we fuck around a lot on Discord. And I just want to fuck with them a little bit. You think I can come into the bullpen? I can ride with the Bulls. I am always riding with the Bulls. I'm somebody that can talk about anything for however long I need to talk about that thing. Way too yeah. I popped in really late on Friday. My wife took a shower. I popped in for like 20 minutes, and you were out of it, man. You were like, you were trying to explain something about the difference between the Welsh language and the UK. And you were just,
I think he just drank too much.
he was talking so slow. He's like, yeah, Welsh is a language, not a country. It was very funny.
Welsh
all right.
is not a country.
No, I know. It was just funny to listen to him say it while he was like that fucking plastered. All right, 240. We'll say this is at 240. 240.00. EwokParty. This is where I was supposed to be ending today. And then Snorlax had the gate crash over here. Top 20 of your fleet arena, mostly Leviathans with sprinkles of Executor and Profundity. Are you coordinating? Yes, I run the fleet Discord. We each let each other have our payouts. A lot of CT3s. Duel of the Fates is at R7. You guys already know that this is a hard thing for me. Like, Pretty Patrol is at 0. Currently working on just taking Padme to R8 to get LV. Then bumping up relics on DS clones and likely continuing to Leia and the new GL. Dead set on continuing. I'm pretty dead set on the LV and clones part, but flexible about what comes after. How highly do you value efficiency versus fun farms? 75-25. Favorite characters? Balin would be cool, along with the important GAC conquest units that kill GLs to just flush out the roster. PG is completed. Still trying to figure out the best way to manage the eras, and if getting the tunes to 5-star purely off of crystals is worth it for me, and how should I budget crystals to do so as a person buying the pass but not spending past that. So if you're buying the pass, that means that you really only need, I think it's 35 shards to get the 5 stars. I don't remember. Actually, I could look at my utility. Egnards. That's right. I did design this entire utility just for that. Marquee strategy. With the episode pass, you need a surge pack and a marquee pack and 2 marquee packs unless you get lucky. Right? So surge pack and marquee pack, that's 7 packs total if you get lucky. Obviously you should know about this utility and your crystal income and being able to figure this out, and it should help out most players in a very simple, easy way to kind of know what their crystal income is. I strongly do think it is worth it for players to get to that 5-star, because you are going to get the 2 lightspeed, 5 lightspeed tokens as well, which does help bring up the bottom end of your roster, or if you're not fully caught up, catch up some of the late game parts of your roster. It's also going to help you with being able to produce a little bit more in the Coliseum to get to higher tiers. I have noticed that the events since the new conquest are providing more of the relevant materials, even at the lower shards, right? So like the tier 4 of Colonel Wards is giving tier 4 materials on a daily basis and era level currency on a daily basis. So it can help you produce more of that currency as well. So I do strongly think that it is worth it. The only thing that I think is mandatory for players for spending outside of, I don't think that's mandatory, but I think if you're serious about trying to stay caught up, that's worth it. The only thing that I think is mandatory is 3 refreshes of Cantina per day. And I think that nobody should ever be in a position where they're not doing at least those 3. 3 of the one, unless you get 5. That's not right with the pass. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Hold on. Without episode pass, 1 surge pack, 1 5x, purchase episode pass. Oh, you know what? You're right. See, GC Devil, I apologize. I was reading off of the in 1 day portion, not the end of event portion. So I appreciate you calling me out on that. This would be the correct thing. It's end of the marquee pass, end of marquee event, which is here. I forgot that I had sectioned those 2 things out. It is episode pass, purchase marquee 3. So you'll need 3 of those packs. That is
Very
completely my
disappointing.
bad. I forgot to read the in one day versus end of marquee event. So
We're
that's,
very disappointed in you.
I know. I apologize. I don't mind being called out when people aren't being dicks about it. You are correct. The information is accurate if I actually read my own information. You're fucking right. I don't know my own Google Sheets because, like, holy shit. Like, look, this thing is complex as shit. This is free to all fucking players. Look at this shit. Look at all the fucking math I had to do. Like, all of the fucking stuff that had to be back here. There is a slice-a-bundle calculator in here to learn the values of your fucking slice-a-bundles. Like, that's some crazy-ass shit, right? But you are correct there. Oh, my God. All right. Now we have to actually look at the roster, though, right? So, let's see. TR Consortium. I've definitely done reviews for this guild in the past. I know I've done them for this particular person in the past, EwokParty as well. Duel of the Fates. I think that is something that all players need to do at all times. It looks like maybe you did finish it. No, Master Qui-Gon is still at 7. Definitely needs to be a short-term project. The sooner that happens, the better. What do my ships look like? Everybody's hitting first. I'm assuming you have Leviathan. Yes. Your tracker. We have all this shit. We don't have C. We don't have JMK. Lord Vader, it looks like you have finished up in the last week. Don't have Afra, Balin, Ahsoka. Ahsoka is not that far though. Ahsoka's pretty good, and especially because is it 3 or is it 2? 1. Where's the other one? Night Trooper. So 2 of these characters are part of a resource event, and 1 to Relic 7 as well. Like Ahsoka is something I would not be holding my breath on. Leia is very close. Padme to R8 to get LV, then bumping up relics on DS clones, and likely continuing to Leia, the new GL. Okay, honestly, this is what I would do right now. I would get Master Qui-Gon to R9. It is a travesty that you do not already have Master Qui-Gon to R9. I would then get your Peridia pals to Relic 7. Not Relic 9, just Relic 7. Start getting that ROI on those as soon as possible. After you have gotten your Peridia pals to Relic 7, then I would go back and finish up Leia. After you have finished up Leia, that is when I would finish up Ahsoka. Okay, so to recap here, get your fucking Master Qui-Gon to Relic 9, then Peridia Patrol to R7, go back, finish Leia, go back, finish Ahsoka Tano. The clones, not as important for you right now. Now you're saying slash the new GL, but I'm going to need to fucking, like, everyone's like, I'm going to hoard for the new GL. If you are not 7-starring these characters, which we already know you're not 7-starring these characters, you not only need to wait for these characters, but you're going to need to wait for them to be farmable on top of that. And then you're going to need to spend the time on farming them. So the next GL for you is approximately 3 to 4 months out from when they actually give us the requirements, and we still don't have those requirements. So during that time, you should be working on the things that are already in your roster right now. At that point, once we've done that other stuff that we just talked about, clones, Scorch is where it needs to be. You know, I understand bringing these guys up to finish out the raid, to help them, to make them more viable. They're not going to be amazing for you right now in GAC, but I really, really, really think the smartest path for you right now is Master Qui-Gon to R9, Peridia Patrol to R7, finish up Leia, finish up Ahsoka. Do those things and then move on to other things. Then if you have the time, then start doing your relic hygiene on those clones so that you can bring those guys up into prominence. And by that time, that's when you start to consider, you know what? Now I'm ready for the next GL. Snorlax, I didn't let you talk at all, man. Do you have any thoughts?
I agree with basically everything you said because you make good points. Surprisingly, right?
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely agree with your point about the new GL because farming a GL takes a long time in the first place for shards. And it takes a long time for the shards to be available. And if you're just going for 5 stars, it takes like another 3 months afterwards.
You're gonna look at 3 months, even with the era battles, even with getting those. You're looking at time there. And you're gonna have to actually gear those cards. Correct.
It'll take a really long time to farm that. So that will definitely be a bottleneck. And especially we don't know how many Cantina farms you're gonna put into place for that. Mm-hmm. We don't know really how much you're gonna put, like whether there's a lot of R10s, a lot of R9. So waiting for a new GL might be a bit much.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when we think about it, like there is passive resources being left on the table with Master Qui-Gon. There's resources being left on the table with Peridia Patrol. There's resources being left on the table with Ahsoka Tano at Relic 9. And technically there's resources being left on the table with Leia, but we don't really give a shit about those because nobody ever gets a good roll on Endor Escalation 3. I still, to this date, have never gotten one of the good rolls. I've always been cursed with like the shitty rolls. And it's worth it to some extent. It is not worth it to get just for that. But she is such a good GL that it just makes sense to do. So, EwokParty, you heard it here first. You heard what's going on. Let's see. Live channels tagged as Swugga, Rosy Cozy What? No, it's just me. No one else is playing Swugga right now. Okay. All
right. I should play Swugga and stream afterwards just to get all the residual streams.
Do it right this second, and then we will.
No, I have nothing to stream. There's no GAC, you know.
I know.
Right. There's GAC today, and I can't yet.
There's GAC tonight. I'm going to have to rush through my GAC and get through it as soon as possible because I have other stuff. Well, it doesn't fucking help me, Allie. Come on. You know that. Like, Sin, you're going to drunk dial me this Friday. Your Friday will be my Thursday morning. No, your Friday night will be my Thursday night, right? Don't drunk dial me on my Thursday night. That's when my wife is getting home. My phone will be away. Club 38 tonight. Don't you guys normally do that on Tuesday? Yeah, my wife's getting home on Thursday, so I am excited for that. I mean, she's home until tomorrow anyway. What I would like to do, though, it's hard. It's really hard because I try not to spend too much time on streams. But I really would like to put together like more game nights with other people that people can just kind of jump into whenever they want to. I play games with Moonborn every month, and we kind of do that privately, and sometimes people jump in. But I would like to do things more like Ticket to Ride, where people can just jump in and play with us, or even like Magic Arena, where people can just kind of jump in and chill if they know how to play the game. Because I do like chatting with you guys. But with that said, we got nothing else to do today. We are done. We have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've done 7 fucking reviews. I'm sorry, Xander. We're not getting to egg draws until I can get through these fucking backlogs of roster reviews, which is going to take a while apparently because people have been requesting them more often. Look for a few things from me next week because generally I'm more productive when I am home alone and I have things to say. Rabbit Beaver, what is up, man? I don't play
Everyone's
it.
coming.
Yeah, everybody's here today. I don't play it actively. I don't play actively. I do play sometimes. I go through spurts of playing Magic Arena. it's been a long time since I've played, and then I started playing again recently during the Ninja Turtles thing because Kate and Avant and Bones and Phil all said they were going to start playing. So I started building a deck, a Turtles deck, and then we'd never played once. But I do enjoy the game. I do have fun with the game when I have the time to play it. I probably will play it more during the summer when I'm at home doing nothing. Because it's something that I can do super easy while, my wife is working in the background and I don't necessarily have to be like chatting constantly. But if you ever want to play and I'm available, hit me up. I am on there. I think my name is Egnards. It's either Egnar or Egnards. I don't remember. All right, Snorlax, anything left to leave these lovely people with?
I think everything was good.
Ugh.
Nice stream.
Okay. It was such a nice stream that I had to tag you for your roster review because you got bored and you went off to go do other things.
I'm working now.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you, man.
Whoa, you think I slack? Hold up. Wait a minute. Someone's judging me.
Yeah, I am. You've become something of a mascot here. So I always appreciate your input. We didn't get a lot of input from you today, but generally you do hold me accountable and you do give me the mid-game and mid-to-end game perspective, and I appreciate that, and it keeps me in check. Keep out for me more next week when I am around just a little bit more, and have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm probably going to we might go see Obsession again today. I'm not sure because I heard we only saw it twice. We were going to go see Man of the House with Nate Bargatze, but it seemed to be like the worst. It got like a 15 on Rotten Tomatoes, so we might not go. Anyway, we are probably going to go to something. Peace out, everybody.